Good morning, everyone. Good morning, beautiful people. I hope that you had a very good week. Couple weeks ago, it was my birthday. Yeah, it was my birthday. So I took the time to reflect about the people, the things, and the habits that have been very helpful in my pursuit of success. And I wanted to share that with you. Today, I'm going to talk about 3 people that you should definitely respect, 3 things that you should be afraid of, and 3 habits that you want to master if you're going to be successful. 3 people that you should respect. The first of them is God. Look, coronavirus came in and has clearly shown how vulnerable we are as human beings. Humanity has limitations, and one of those limitations is called death. And every time that humanity it is shown its limitation, you realize that there is something much bigger than humanity that is called nature. And there is something much bigger than nature that is the creator of nature. And that person is God. And I think as much as you can, you want to have very good relationship with God. Of course, sometimes when I talk about having good relationship with God, because in life, there are events that you cannot control, such as death, such as disease, and that are under the control of God. Some people will tell me, yeah, well, but you have believers who actually faces dramatic event, fateful events such as death, even though those people believe in God. So for that reason, they would go and push it far, saying there is no need to believe in God. There is no need to have a good relationship with God. And I disagree with that because think about planes. Planes have pilots inside, right, on their boards. Yet, you still have planes crashing. And those planes crashing have on their board, while the crash is happening, they have pilots. They still have pilots. Is that for that reason that you would say, well, because we have planes crashing with pilot inside, there is no need to have any pilot in any plane? That will be called foolishness. That's the same thing with God. It's not because some believers face traumatic events such as death, such as disease, even though they still believe in God, then that means that humanity, you and me should not believe in God, but more importantly, should not try to have good relationship with God. The second type of people that you want to respect are your parents, your father and your mother. Why? Because they are the one who have given you something that you will never be able to give back. That is life. So you should really respect your parents. There is something really powerful in the Bible, one of the 10 commandments, which says that you should respect, you should honor your father and your mother if you want to have long and successful days, life. There will be doors opening for you which will not open for other people, because there is something powerful when a father or a mother prays for his or her children. What if I'm smarter than my father or my mother? What if I'm more beautiful than them? What if I'm wealthier than my parents? What if I'm better educated than them? Do I still need to respect them? Of course. The last group of people that you want to respect are the people who have not been successful as you are. The people who have been less successful than you, those people deserve your utmost respect. Why? Because in life, you might be more successful than them today. They could be more successful than you tomorrow. They might need you today, but you might need them tomorrow. You might be the boss today. They could become the boss tomorrow. So that's the reason why you should respect everyone. And more importantly, the ones who have been less successful than you. In the pursuit of success, there is one critical thing that you need that is called information. And usually the people at the bottom of the pyramid, those are the people who have been less successful than you. Those people usually have much more information than you at the top of the pyramid. And that's management leadership 101. So how do you get those information that are critical for you to keep going up? Well, it's by being respectful to those people so that they can share those information. Three things that you should be afraid of. That is sex, money, and alcohol. Sex can destroy your life, and for good. How many good students, smart students, who have completely lost their studies, who have completely failed their studies just because in high school they decided to start having girlfriends or boyfriend, and trying what we call sex. And even after school, when you now in active life, you're now just starting your career, you have many folks who said, oh, now I have a job, I have a nice car, I'm going to try all type of girls, the big one, the small ones, the white one, the black ones. I'm going to try everything. It's usually a disaster. Why? Because you start having a lot of sexual experience, and then you become afraid of getting married. Why? Because you have been used to have too many girlfriends. You have been used to have different sexual partners to the extent that you're now very afraid to be stuck with one woman for the rest of your life. And you see many people with great careers who are not capable of settling down with one partner in a household because they've been used to have too many partners. The other thing which sex does to you when you become addicted to it is that even if you finally, by miracle, get married, your partner will never be able to satisfy you because you have tried too many different things. So no matter what the spouse does in the bed, it will never be satisfying for you. So don't try it even if you are still young and not yet married. The other reason why you should not be addicted to sex is because sex can ruin years of sacrifices and effort both in marriage and in careers. How many couples have not lost their stability, have not lost their love, have not lost what they hold dear just because one of the spouse could not resist either a handsome man or a beautiful young lady during one night, which completely destroyed the trust, destroyed the love, and destroyed the stability of that couple. Sex, folks, can destroy your life. And this is both for men and women. The other thing that you should also be very afraid of is money. Money is good. Money helps you to solve a lot of problems, but you should never become slave of money. If once you become slaves of money, it's really, really bad. That I can tell. Think about those people who are married to a spouse that they don't love at all, but they're only married to them because those people have money. How many people who have chosen a job that they don't like, but just because the job was paying very well, they just pick the job and then they hate the job. They don't feel well. They're not themselves every single day, but yet they have no other choice but to stay in that job. Of course, we don't always have the choice when it comes to jobs. But if you have the choice and you're addicted to money, you will always make the wrong choice. The other thing that money makes you do is to go through dark roads in the pursuit of success. Everyone wants to be successful. Many people, I would say, want to be rich. Here's the problem. When you love money more than your own self, when you love money more than someone else's life, you're going to do dark things which are going to put you in trouble and get you in prison. Money is good, folks, but never be slave of money. The last thing that you should really be afraid of is what I call alcohol. Drinking can put you in a lot of big trouble and sometimes completely take your life. How many people have not lost their lives after drinking too much and driving? How many people have not lost their jobs after drinking too much and talking too much, sharing information that they were not supposed to share? How many people have not destroyed their marriage in one night with colleagues or with friends that they should have never slept with just because they had too much of a drink. Folks, drinking always ends up creating troubles for the one who get addicted to it. 3 last habits that you want to have. The first one is dream big. Dream big. I'm the son of a modest man. I'm coming from a modest background. And I know that out there, many folks are actually coming from a modest background. Listen, if you're coming from a modest background and you don't dream big, there is no way for you to make it to the top. There is no way, because you're coming from such bottom that the only way for you to get to the top is by dreaming really big. Of course, when you're coming from a modest background, you don't have that many resources. And that's the reason why you need to learn to dream big, but to take small steps. Because small steps will allow you, A, to fit your resources, and B, to have enough courage and motivation to keep going. The second habit that is critical if you want to be successful is discipline. Look, folks, if you really want to be a successful person, I'm not talking about having one success by chance. I'm talking about being consistently successful. Discipline has to become your friend, because discipline will force you to remain focused on your goals, to remain faithful to your plans. And the last thing, which seems simple but yet critical, that is called courage. Folks, life is difficult. You know, when I was a kid, I always thought that life was difficult for the poor people like me. But as I grew up, I realized that actually life is difficult for everyone. Life is also difficult for the rich people. Life is also difficult for the connected people. Life is also difficult for the well-educated people. Life is difficult for everyone. The one key thing which makes a difference in whether you succeed or whether you fail is courage. Because courage is what you will need when you will feel like giving up. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that you liked it. Be bold, trust yourself, trust God, stay blessed, and see you next week. Bye.